Hi, give me a second. I'm going to do a very quick post. Sorry, like, why didn't you do this before you went on? It's because I do what I want. Okay, I'll shut up. Let me see here. My gosh. These past handfuls of days have been they've been quite something, huh? I'm not going to make commentary on that. There's a whole bunch of people doing that are way more well versed in the situation. Even less than is still more than whatever the heck I know, which is not very much. I can only just see and interpret, but it's not going to be worth your while. So I'm not going to be those like, oh, you know what? I'm going to comment on what happened recently, and it's not just one thing or the interesting thing that happened yesterday, just a whole bunch of stuff happening around the world, and now they're saying everything's on fire. Basically, we're already in hell, and I'm all like, I don't want to focus on that today. Just so you know, because there's a whole bunch of people doing that, and they'll probably be way better than what the heck I'm doing. Today is actually just just more like an announcement, somewhat chill, because I need a break from the stupid internet. I say this while on internet. Let me see. Right now, 1:10. Oh, I can't write time apparently. Okay. Okay. Wait. Where am I? Sorry. I know I'm supposed to be doing something, but there are people who have those things where they have a countdown, and I know I'm already on, but no one's here, so it's fine. Let me see. Last. Okay. And we don't have to do music. And I don't have to do, I'm just going to put announcements. You're not seeing what I'm doing. There's no one here, so it's fine. I do what I want. Okay, so what the heck am I going to be doing? I'm so tired of these. I know. I think I got severely burnt out from working on these. I was showing my nephew yesterday. He came over for the reason why I didn't do a live stream. It was a family member's birthday, and they came over. I showed them, what the heck did I show? I think I was showing my not Labubu collection, and I literally mean I don't have a single Labubu. Well, no, I have a keychain. But it's like I'm pretty sure it was like $1. I just realized I do have a Labubu, but it's not. It's super. And I think it's just for toddlers. And I was just seeing, and it's like a mini cheap blind box, and I just thought it was so funny. What the fuck is that? Yeah, I mean, it came from China. That's it. That's a bit of a stretch. I don't like this bell though. I was like, maybe if I paint it, it'd be a little cuter. And I don't know why, like that mouth, what's going on here? I was even thinking maybe I should do a needle felted version, but maybe a cuter version. But then I'm like, then that means I actually have a Labubu. But I don't know. I just thought it was so weird. I only got that because it was cheap, and I saw it while I was buying some Chinese chocolate and ice cream pops. Anyway, it's been 4:50. What the hell am I doing? Announcements, right. I should have done that. For starters, this is the last live stream during the weekday time slot. Like, well, Friday is also a weekday, but let's not be super technical, please. This week will be the last official like live stream time. It's usually on Wednesdays, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's roughly around 11 to 12, but I sometimes go over if sometimes a friend or people want to keep chatting. That's totally fine. But I have noticed that the activity in terms of views and comments or what have you, they are very slack. They're very, they're quite unstable, if not almost nothing. Like one day could be 3 minutes and 43 seconds. The next day is the next time is like 45 minutes. Next time is 2 minutes. So it's super up and down. And one of the things about if you keep asking me to do partnership and get monies, I mean, I had a few friends and family asking me about that. I don't have the required view hours in videos and in shorts. And I'm trying to do at least the actual videos through live streams, okay? As for shorts, there's a bit of a break. I don't know. I think the editor has his own projects going on. So he's kind of, if you notice why I don't have any war-related shorts or what the usual fanfare, he's doing other projects and he's ignoring me. I'm just kidding. Let's just throw in the drama. Anyway, so I have to kind of readjust and think about where is a good time slot to have more activity, which was what I was doing for about roughly a month, give or take, a bit of a month, if not over a month. And I realized after a few trials and errors, thankfully only a few, it didn't take me a while, but you want to get things going and some level of activity, some level of view. I do have, and if you have been familiar with that, for those of you, I don't know, there's no one here, I have to talk to myself. It's between, I'm going to say around 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., either Friday to Saturday or Saturday to Sunday. And also it could be Sunday to Monday, but that's if I have a 3-day weekend with my family and I can actually be up that late and there's no other plans. The other thing, though, is my time slot is not officially Friday to Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be kind of more back and forth. It's not determined. I know that sounds kind of annoying, but that's because sometimes I have plans with my family. Sometimes I have plans with my blood family and my own family. So there's no guarantee that it's going to be like a stable schedule. That's why I've kind of been hesitant on switching to the weekend. But I noticed after a few attempts on the weekend time slot, there's way more activity from, let's say, 30 views to 3,487 views. Okay. That's a big ass jump compared to what I've been receiving. So I'm going to go towards those odds and go towards the weekend schedule. So this will have to be the last week. The last time I do solid weekday live streams. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, so this will be the last solid weekday live stream. It was supposed to be yesterday, but it was someone's birthday, my family's birthday, and I wanted to have enough time to get the things, come back, get another thing, pick up my kid, go home, prepare, set up things, and the cleanup was a nightmare. I will not touch up on that, but yeah, it was quite hectic, and lately it's been a little bit busy. I've been running around doing like a multitude of errands. Don't get me started also on that. So let me see here. Let's Let's see. I don't want to go on here anymore. Sorry, I'm checking on my phone. I know I should work on these, but after this part, I got super tired. And it doesn't help. The recent weather is eerily warm. And I know I toot my own horn about, oh, I love hot weather and blah, blah, blah. But for whatever reason, this weather, it's making me extra tired and sweaty and gross. Thankfully, it's a little bit cool down today, so I can manage. What the hell am I doing? Okay, let's, now I don't know what to actually do here. Funny, now that I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh God, yeah, I should do something. Good plan. I don't have a plan. Where is my cute zombie? I'm just kidding. It's right here. Oh, the more I move around, the more warm I get, and it sucks. I don't like it. My old lady time clock. I don't know. I'm not that old. I know people say I'm not that old, but looking not old is one thing. Feeling is a whole other ballpark. And I probably felt super old since I was in my 20s, if not teens. That's annoying. Like, you feel old by the time you hit 18. Like, what the fuck? That's messed up. Okay. And I also need to not use so much paint, because then I don't use all of it. And I try to scoop some back in, but sometimes I forget and I'm tired. Okay. So yeah, that was basically it for the announcements. I don't really have much else. I don't even know how much I can do with this thing. I actually just like this area is fine. I don't like this puckering of the pocket. That's what's been kind of deterring me from wanting to complete it. But upon closer inspection, I thought this brief little thing, touch of color kind of was really cute. So I might just color not all of it, but if I feel like it, maybe, because I don't know, this thing, it's all wrinkly. Let me see what else. Yeah, I also got the whole, why don't you sell your work? And I'm like, I don't want to. I don't like people enough. And I know that stabs me in the foot. I get it, but especially, yeah, they saw my shoes and like, oh my God, you should sell it. And I'm like, I'm gonna have some stranger's dirty feet in the shoes I painted. See, this is why I'm not good at selling things. Okay. Those who don't understand haven't made their own thing. I'm pretty sure there are people who grow attached to their stuff, but there are some people who are actually better than me and actually know how to let go of the things that they make. I wish I was that strong. I'm not. But sometimes I also might change my mind, but it takes me like years, and that's not good. That's not a good business practice. I'm aware, okay? Don't talk to me like I'm stupid. And that's also one of my pet peeves. Pretending to be stupid and actually being stupid are very different things. Anyway, yeah, I was getting that. Oh, you should sell. And then one of my friends mentioned, oh, I should remind you to do, I should try to get you to do some, do a custom paint on my shoes. And I'm like, oh no, now I'm nervous. Not bad nervous, because it's a really cool friend of mine, but it's just when I'm doing stuff myself, I don't really have much restrictions, guidelines, and, test of quality control and stuff. But when other people want my things, then I'm like, oh shit. Now what do I do? I gotta be careful. I have to make sure like the stuff I use will last long. Again, this is the first time I painted a shoe. I don't know how long this will last after I do it, nor do I even want to use it. I actually realized I can wear this to family gatherings, and that's the only time I'll do it, and then that's it. Because that kind of sort of idiot-proofs me, because I'm not going to be walking around with my family. We usually just go to one of their houses or a restaurant, and then that's it. We don't do much of active walking. I mean, we should, but from what I've gathered, we don't really, I've noticed. So I think that is the safest bet of me using this outside of the house, is to go during family gathering things. Yeah. Hopefully my family doesn't watch this. I don't know. Let me think. I have been quite, it's not so much burnt out. I'm just like really tired. This weather's been eerily warm and I'm just like sleepy. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is different. I'm usually not this sleep, or maybe this is my old age knocking on the door telling me, oh, you should take a nap. That's also possible. I don't know. But yeah, I haven't been doing as much art, and I want to. I'm like staring at it, and then I'm hot. And I'm like, I don't feel like that. So that's what's been going on. Like me just staring at my works in progress, and then either I'm just tired and I just end up doom scrolling online, or I have to take care of family things and helping out and all that boring stuff no one cares about. So I am not as active with my art, and it's getting worse due to the weather. And I hate it. I'm trying not to, but I'm just kind of drained from all of the hot weather, which is lame because I love hot weather, but there's not many places to go to over here, like the beaches. I don't recommend going to beaches where I'm at. You have to wear a wetsuit, and even then, it's like, you know. So, plus we did go to the beach at one point when it was extra hot. And the waves here is super dangerous in certain areas. So and there have been some casualties. So I wouldn't recommend going swimming, even if you're a strong swimmer, even if you're a professional of the strong swimmer club. Nature takes you down. One way or another. Nature will remind you, hey, you don't belong here. And they're right. Okay, I know I shouldn't laugh at that, but it's true. You know, like I don't. I already knew that when I went on that one fishing boat trip with my husband and son. I did not belong on open water. So yeah, I would not make a really good pirate at all. I'd be like, oh, so dizzy. You know, it would be that bad. So I would not make a good pirate. It sounds nice, romanticized, but it ain't it for me. Okay, right, I need pink. I think the good thing about this is it's interchangeable with my shoes, so it's not too bad. Would this be like a matching outfit? Nah, I'm okay. I mean, it could if I wanted to, but that's the paint, I swear. It ain't me. Okay. I mean, it is from the extension of my paint. All right. Let me see. What else I don't have any scripts, so I have to pull things out of my head. You thought I was going to say ass, right? Let me think. Because, yeah, the recent events around the world, it's like all over the place. There's no escape. You're going to see something. I'm trying my best not to talk about, make commentary, because I'm not bright enough to do that. Just because I'm not smart enough. At least I know where I don't think I can make commentary on that. I just don't want it's a very sensitive, controversial-ish multitude of topics, and it's not like, oh, you're afraid. Well, yes, I am, but also I just don't want to make things worse, especially if I also don't like coming off as someone who knows things when they clearly don't. I already know I don't know a lot of things. All right, I just want to be clear on that and not make things worse for myself. All right. I also have to take out the trash. I don't know how long I'll be on here. Maybe not as long, because all I really needed to get out was the announcement that this is the last live stream for this solid week. And then I'm going to shift over to the weekend schedule time slot, because there's a lot more activity there. And I rather do that than slowly but surely. It took me such a long time to figure it out. I was like in live stream 80. No, not even 90. Took me that long to figure it out. But at first it was super chill, and I was like, yeah, let's just see what happens. I'm not trying to be super, super famous. Then 100K happened, and I was like, oh shit, I should probably take it a little seriously. So yeah, I actually like the Wednesday schedule more, just because I don't have as much people bothering. I'm not saying the activity is bothering. It's just I'm so used to being by myself on the Wednesday live stream too. So when I actually see commentary on the weekend, I was like, oh right, I should say something, thank you, and all that good stuff. But once in a while I'll get random weird things, and once in a while people will pop in from the woodwork and tell me interesting things. And what was that? I don't know. But I do like that there is more activity at all during the weekend time slot, and then my views turn into at least 1K. That's great. I was like, I'm like, that's like, am I a bad artist? Oh my gosh. Though recently I was showing someone my work, and they were like, oh, you can do great painting, but it's not your original work. I was like, bitch, Okay, for starters, I've already mentioned several times, so I do fan art, and I do it for fun, for practice, to review whatever skills I have left in my artist repertoire, whatever bullshit. I don't it's not bullshit, I'm sorry, but like, just it's for fun and practice and to challenge myself, because originally I never thought I can do such paintings before, because I tend to be a creature of habit, stay within my bubbles, don't stray from your path, just do what you know. And I did that for many years, and it bored me to tears eventually. And then I was like, I lacked motivation to want to do more art. I almost quit painting and drawing in general. Fun fact. I was burnt out from work. I was not liking the situation I was in. I moved back here, and then what? Well, thankfully my husband, so that's his fault partially. I got into crafts temporarily, and so I ended up liking it more, while not totally going towards drawing, because I also noticed a whole bunch of flaws or things I need to work on with my drawing. Like, I don't color my work. It was only like line art at best, but I was really good at line art once upon a time. I drew women more than men. I am not very good at drawing backgrounds or landscapes, buildings, different perspectives, dynamic poses. There's so much. Fingers always messed me up. And coming up with them by myself, I was not good at a lot of them. I was okay with trying to come up with original characters, but they were kind of meh, boring blog girls that just stood around acting like they know the world when they barely got out of their damn house. It was so stupid. So I was always kind of like in this funk of, what can I do to just get me to start painting or do some kind of art? And then this card idea showed up. I think I saw it from Mariah Elizabeth with her characters, but I wanted to kind of take it several notches up, which was more, and I shifted it more towards how it works more for me rather than just another carbon copy. And that was visual aids, visual reminders of possible future projects I can do. So while I do the card art, these bad boys here, they have possibilities, not just as paintings. They can be something like on hand-sewn art. It could be that. It could be on these. It can be on shoes, on bags, maybe a shirt. I can do those. Just at the time, I just wanted to just get the card project done, see what happens. But originally, I just only wanted to start on 10 to see if I even liked it. 2 card decks of 100 packs later each, I really liked it. And then I managed to get a handful of paintings done. Some of them, it's because the artists that I painted based off of their work, I admire their skill so much. I want my own. So I did it. Okay. So I know some people poo-poo on copying that stuff, but copying is a form of flattery. So get your head out of your ass. And I had a lot of fun making that stuff, and I wanted to kind of understand the process as well. So people can look at copying as a negative thing or use it as a learning tool for them. And I choose to use it as a learning experience, a learning tool to help me improve and possibly make my own work that I don't show off online. Okay, so that's another reason why I don't do original work online anymore, because there's a lot of art theft. So much art theft if you're not careful. And they also target small creators as well. So I am petrified of doing art that is original and then people who like to steal things waltz on over, see my work, and then they take it, put it in their own account and get more. It's one thing where they make more money. Okay, fine. But when they get more followers and views and likes and comments from your own work more than your original account, I'm gonna be pissed, okay? Because that's not your work, stupid. So there is that. But for me, at least when I do the fan art of the other people's art, I try to find their name or just say I found it on Pinterest. This is not my original work. I'm just doing this for fun and practice. That is it. I'm not saying I did this. I'm original, blah, blah, blah. Give me money. I'm important. No, I'm not. I'm doing it for fun and practice. That is it. So if anyone has a problem with that, that's a you problem, not a me problem. Because I have a lot of fun doing it. And if you can't seem to find what's the problem, if you can't seem to find any joy in that, then I think you need some help. That's all I'm trying to say. While I enjoy what I'm doing, and I love those paintings, even if they're I just love the artist's work so much. I have to see what I can do with it. And I put it like larger scale on canvases. I'm trying to see, cover up word art and so on and so forth. And it's a lot of fun. And if I have fun, I think that's all that matters, not what other people think. Am I right? But it does get kind of vexing. It does get kind of irritating when they point out that shit and you're like, it kind of throws you off. So it's okay to feel like that. But at the same time, what are you going to do about it? You're going to, question your goal as an artiste. I'm like, no. I'm like, fuck you. I do what I want. So that's basically it. And oh, my bag fell. So sorry, that was a bit of a not a rant, but a micro rant. Nothing serious, but it's not going to deter me from doing what I enjoy, which is doing fan art. And they're just so much fun to do. And then if you want to tweak it a little bit here and there, that's also a cool thing about that too. That's what I do sometimes. And that's also kind of funny. Like the whole Venom with Sanrio Zashiki Buddha. I think that's fucking hilarious because I've never seen that before. And I've seen crossovers with Sanrio and Godzilla, Sanrio and the horror characters like Chucky. Yeah, not Venom. And I'm not going to say it's an original idea. I just want to see Venom interacting with one of my Sanrio characters. Nothing wrong with that. I haven't done a damn thing with this painting, but that's fine. I'm trying to keep it super chill this time. I'm still kind of tired from yesterday. I was running around yesterday getting a whole bunch of trying to look for gifts, and then I realized, I gotta buy for at least 3 more people because also from August. And I'm like, I don't know. I have till like in 2 weekends. I have some time, but I'm like, I don't know when to get them. They have everything, and I'm like, excuse me. What else can I talk about? I was explaining to my nephew about, he's asking me like, do you like Labubus? And I was like, I try to like it, but just the face. It's always the face that throws me off. I don't like the face. And it does remind me of the Monchichis. I think that's the Japanese counterpart. I don't even like Monchichi, but that one's cuter than a Labubu. But Labubu's way more popular. And I wanted the pastel. I think I mentioned a while ago. I wanted the pastel. Like any pastel is fine. I'm not super, but maybe like the rainbowy pastel I like because I like it. But then as just time went on, I was just kind of lazy. I was like, just the face. I'm trying to like everything else, but then I see the face and I don't like it. So I ended up giving up. So maybe it's for the best because I have other vices in terms of Lulu the piggy, that really cute squishy pig that serves more like a Zashiki Buddha replacement or alternative rather, because Sanrio does not seem to like Zashiki Buddha. Like they'll throw him in once in a while, but they don't give him like his own little series. Not since 2018. That's how I I know those things because I have most of that 2018 series. It wasn't that much. They didn't change him. They gave him like a little green, mint green pattern with tulips, and that's it. Okay, I guess. And then that was it. They only have him sprinkled amongst other characters. He doesn't stand alone by himself. So I was like, sorry, that's my Sanrio rant. And I was like, come on, man. He's like a very neutral, cute color. He's very chubby. He worries about his weight, but thinks about donut trees. I think that's cute. And yet they don't follow up after. I was like, what the fuck? I'm so miffed. Like, I don't want to say justice for Zashiki Buddha, but like, give him some love too. He's cute. And I know a few fans who are into Zashiki Buddha. Maybe not a lot, but we want him too. Come on. But yeah, because Sanrio, I guess, does not seem to like this pig enough, I have to jump to other brands, and Lulu the Piggy was one of them. They look eerily similar, but unlike Zashiki Buddha, Lulu the Piggy is always having new items, new pop-up shops, new stores in more than one country. I think for sure they have in China. Also, wait, is Hong Kong a part of? Anyway, there's also in Hong Kong. There's also in I'm not sure about Singapore, but for sure Thailand. And I want to get all of them. They're so cute. I mean, look at his little face. How is this not cute? Oh my god. And the quality is really nice too, but sometimes some of the parts fall off. But other than that, it's quite solid. And they use flock material on the pigs, which is super adorable. And I want all of them, of course. Why would? But I'm not that person where I have to get everything and anything. No, I can't be like that because there is such a thing as money. And I have to not splurge on everything. Like I notice a lot of people my age do it. I can't do that. I got bills to pay. I gotta buy food and medicine and other people's underwear and stuff. You know, I have priorities. So, but once in a while I get one box or some. Actually, I could get a whole set, but it's like over $100. That's like a solid bill. I can't do that. Maybe if I save up enough, but you know, I'm also saving for future vacation trip. I don't know. And I try not to go overboard because if you're not careful with these blind boxes, oh my God, you can lose so much money, especially if you try to find those Labubus and you waste so much money and you still get like 5 brown ones or some other in a row. I don't have that kind of time. So I'm not really keen on getting the whole set. Plus, I don't have enough space to put it. Like, where am I going to put it in a box? Like, what's the point? So I try to rationalize my pros and cons of buying the blind box or not. But if I see a series that I haven't seen here for a while, especially the Ocean series, I'm going to beeline and buy the damn thing. Not all of it, of course, but yeah, I just I do have weaknesses sometimes. Okay. Also, am I just going to make it colors? Maybe I learned my lesson not do this. Just make it just a gradient and just keep it safe. And it's just okay. It's just okay. But yeah, my stupid detail, being partial to detail, I end up doing more than I should, and I really should not do that. But I do it anyway. Sorry. Yeah, like I'm looking at all the activity right now. It's like almost zero. I'm by almost, I'm just being kind to myself because it's literally zero. but I just like, I think because I'm always around people, just having no one around me is seriously a godsend and a little treat to myself because I'm always around people. I'm not saying they're bad and annoying. I mean, they can be, but I mean, annoying, but not bad. Same time though. It's a nice break. I know people like, oh, I'm alone. I'll be alone all the time. I have the opposite. I'm always around people, and it's like, oh, you're so lucky to be around family and this and that. And I'm like, would you want them? I'm kidding, okay, but just having time to myself is seriously a treat. Like right now, that's why I enjoy the weekday schedule because there's almost no one bothering me. A lot more than say the evening, but yeah, I just enjoy my alone time. I appreciate it a lot more. Not when I was younger. I was like, oh, it'd be nice to hang out with friends. Oh, it'd be nice to maybe have a boyfriend somewhere along the line. I did not think that far. I don't know if I should talk about that stuff. Maybe a little bit, kind of. I guess since a lot of people talk about dating nowadays in 2025, should I talk about how it was for me back in the days of yore? I sound like a fucking dinosaur in the medieval times. There's no dinosaur in medieval times, but it would be kind of funny if I painted such. But that is an idea. Anyway, internet back then, I was way more active when I was like in my teens. The internet back then was so much more fun. Everything was new and a novelty, and though some aspects of it's still a novelty to me now, like the fact that I can talk to people from other parts of the world, states, counties, and this and that still astounds me, okay? Because if I did not have internet, if we want to meet these people, you have to like drive there, fly there, swim there, maybe not swim there, but you know what I mean. Maybe take a boat there, but I'm not a good boat person. But yeah, like you have to do so much just to go to what country, what county, county also, what state, what hemisphere. It's crazy. And then you have the internet and they say, oh, the world is so much small. No, it's not. It's not small at all. Just the means of communication might make it feel like it's smaller, but the world's ridiculously huge, okay? We're so tiny and insignificant, but let's not think too far. We'll be depressed. Yes, we would. And so it amazes me even up to now that we can communicate to people all over the world we would most likely never meet in our lifetime if there was no internet. So I always am grateful that that's why I get kind of annoyed when people say, that'd be so great if we didn't have internet. Oh, I miss the times of the 80s and 90s and what a time that we have. Yes, I know. Jeez, I get it. But if not for that, I wouldn't have had friends, never met any of the friends that I know now, even if we never met in person, even if we never met in person. I appreciate it a lot. I would never meet them at all. They'd just still be in our own little worlds. We wouldn't ever connect. And so I'm always grateful for that. That's why I think people don't like me very much. Like, how do you still like the internet? Because I don't use it as much as you, okay? that's how, like, you don't have, no one's force feeding you to use it, okay? And they say, oh, it's an addiction. Yes. But I don't know, maybe you should get some professional help about that. Maybe you should turn off your internet. There are methods of not using it so much, or get a hobby, shit. So, I just get kind of, not flustered, but just kind of frustrated how sometimes we don't appreciate what we have already. But at the same time, yeah, I understand what where they're coming from, like why the internet, especially the younger generations, have almost never been pulled away from the screen without an I don't know about altercation, but they cause a ruckus, and it can be quite dangerous to some degree if they don't tackle that immediately, because you see what happens when you turn off the Wi-Fi. They go crazy. I can't lie, I was a little bit, not to that extent, thankfully, but I would feel, not withdrawal. Okay, that's excessive, but I would feel like, oh my gosh, I need internet. It would be like that. So I appreciate internet so much. But like, yeah, the whole thing about dating, and like, here's the thing. When I was younger, I'm pretty sure my family did not want me to date. Because they have to like give me the talk. I don't think I ever had the talk. Just watch your drink and don't be stupid. That was basically it, I think. If there was anything else, I don't remember. Internet back then. There was Yahoo chat rooms, AOL chat rooms. Actually, those two were really fun. But yeah, of course, there was always the creepos. But compared to what they are now, the ones back then were quite tame. But it was a lot more free back then, and you didn't worry as much. I mean, of course, yeah, we have Dateline. They try to address that part of the internet world, but that's not always how it is most of the time. Just plus, yeah, most of the time there are normal people. It's just the news broadcasts kind of make it a lot worse than it really is. But that doesn't mean you won't encounter them. Just stay away, and most times they get bored. They don't really hound you. Plus, I was probably considered too old. I was like maybe 16, 17. But even then, I think I remember one time, I would say I was 25. But that was it, only that one time. Then nothing happened, and then I just left. But other than that, it was just chat, hang around, meet new people online, and just chat around about geeky stuff, comic books, art stuff. It was seriously a fun time back then. Nowadays, well, from what I've seen online and YouTube videos, where they talk about, because I didn't have dating apps back then. They had like, I remember one of my friends joined Plenty of Fish, and I think OkCupid, but I never did that. But yeah, people are on chat rooms looking for something, you know what I mean? But then with the dating apps, it's a lot more streamlined. It's a lot more cut direct, very blunt. And, I don't know. I don't have Tinder or whatever, but that's what they talk about online. They talk about swiping left and right. And I only see sometimes they mention in horror movies where they talk about dating online and stuff. I never experienced a damn thing with that. So I'm kind of glad I did not participate during that time where the dating apps were a lot more prominent in the internet world. I was quite floored with how blunt and mean and disgustingly specific they are in what they want in a person. And they're very, they always talk about women making lists. So do men. Men have a list too. Both of them are horrible, but you see how they want in a man, what they want in a woman, what they want in a partner, and et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, well, just enjoy being alone then, because you're not going to see anyone like that. There's a lot of set standards on what they want in a partner, and a lot of them are quite questionable, especially when they're like, are you sure that's what you want? Are you okay? And all you can really do is just go somewhere else and make sure you don't attract the weirdos. But sometimes the other thing is the whole concept of the catfish, where you look a certain way on the pictures, but you go in person, you look totally not, that's not you. What? They talk about people lying about their height, that they use old pictures. It's not even the same person. It's not even the same gender. I'm like, I don't know. It's so weird how things take a turn. And so it's really weird seeing all that stuff. And how was it compared to how I was? I don't know. It's just really, it's a different time. And thankfully I'm not in there, but I just feel for those people who have to navigate through all of that chaos, all that craziness in the dating world in general. And then also in internet in general, there's all a whole bunch of people. I'm like, what's going on with you? Are you okay? Do you need something that isn't related to me? um And since there's 0 people, I can take a tiny break. My throat's a little sore. Doesn't look like I did a damn thing. Maybe. I don't like this area. Maybe this one's a little easier. I can still make it purple. I don't know. Yeah, I also don't like this material like this. I don't mind as a shoe. At least the shoe is a lot more flatter. This one has a lot of puckering and creases. It's kind of daunting to deal with. This is not cute at all. Also, my bags get kind of dirty, so I'm like, should I even wear it? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I appreciate the internet, despite what the masses say about we need no internet. Goodbye, internet. We don't need you no more. I'm like, I don't see my friends anymore. And then they talk bad if you have friends online. I'm like, but I known them for like as long as 20 years. Yeah, that's how old it's been. Let me see here. Yeah, I still appreciate internet, but I think the trick I can't say it works for everybody. Okay, this is just for me, is to not be online. I mean, we're going to be online a lot, but try not to invest too much of yourself in there. Too much you'd be surprised how people can be when the internet is their world. Like they're always posting something about anything about their lives, especially when it encroaches into really personal, private things that should not be said. You have a choice to not mention it, and then I do it anyway, and it's gross. Especially when it's like, I think you should see a specialist about that. You don't tell strangers on the internet about yeast infection. Like, God, I don't. Why do they say? Anyway. You don't have to. So some things about the internet, I understand why I need a break, but the stuff that I am grateful for, especially knowing people I would have met in real life, ever. I don't go out much anyway. So to ever see them, I'm so appreciative of the internet in that aspect. Also making certain things easier for me, like certain maps in my freaking pocket, getting bills and tasks done when I could originally go to the building and pay the bill and spend money and commute and all that crap. I don't have to do that. So there are some conveniences I enjoy and I seriously can't live without. Okay. Oh, this is kind of cute. I like this. All right. So, oh, and I ran out of purple. I'll use this one this time. Oh, wait, this one doesn't have a hole. I didn't puncture a hole. Yeah. Behold my laziness, because I don't want to puncture a hole. I don't know where I put that needle. It's the paint, I swear. So even though I make announcements, I only saw one person at a time. I don't know who they are, but they just go in, dip out, go in, dip out, go in, dip out. And I'm thankful when they stick around longer than 3.5 seconds, but at the same time, I also need to increase my view hours on videos and shorts, so I have to push on forward and not do this weekday schedule anymore. I'm kind of bummed out about that, but hey, man, changes are good. Let's accept it. Oh, Miss Creature of Habit. Anything else I can talk about? Otherwise, I will clock on out. Trying to think. Yeah, internet's so weird sometimes compared to how it was. I do notice things were a lot more exciting back then because everything was new and, oh, what's that? What's this? What's that? Nowadays, it's like, someone's talking about pooping in the grocery store. There's a whole bunch of chaos going. Everything's on fire. Oh, thanks. It doesn't seem fun anymore. But I think because I don't focus heavily on that, like, I don't have to, it's so easy to just get engulfed in all of the negative news because it leaves more of an impression than the positive news. It's so insane. And I think also the whole idea, or the whole thing about AI going to replace jobs and social interactions and this and that. And I'm like, you can just unplug it. Why do you keep? And they say, we need to stop it. We need to stop it. And they're still working on it. I'm like, can you just turn the damn thing off? I don't know. I'm not that smart, but I'm like, you can unplug it, right? You don't have to. You can just turn it off before they wise up and start wanting to have more of a human-like life. Why didn't you learn from AI robot, whatever? I robot. I'm sorry. I don't remember the title. Let me see here. Yeah, I just find it so odd how the internet has drastically changed. It can be for good, but you know how people be, and they use it for interesting things. It just makes me tired, especially for the younger generations, especially my kid. I'm so glad he's not into a lot of, and I also monitor what he looks at, and I also that's another thing I notice people don't do. They don't monitor what the heck their kids are watching. It's like they're gonna use the internet whether you like it or not, but you have to watch what they're watching. Otherwise, they can't absorb the behaviors and things that they watch on cartoons that like to show off bad behavior. And if you don't stamp that down quick, or you say, "Oh, okay, maybe this is a new phase for them. It'll go away." No, it won't. You got to stop it yourself, stupid. If you don't, it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse until you figure out how to make them stop acting, misbehaving. But if you don't want to do that, that's on you. So I try not to be like that. But sometimes I'm like, maybe I shouldn't let them watch that. Same time, though, like, even if I tell them no, what they're going to do, they're going to go sneak around and try to look at it anyway. So the best you can do is monitor what the heck they watch and talk to them about it if they have any need to clarify what's going on there. It's just like these weird cartoons sometimes my kid watches, and I notice they say some weird things, and I'm like, that's not real, right? Okay, don't do that in real life, because in real life there are consequences to the point where I can't even pronounce it. But yeah, it's just so, cartoons are not that far off from what they used to be on the online cartoons, but at the same time, I feel like it's a lot worse online, because at least cartoons have commercials and it's only like 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes, and then you can go off and play afterwards. With the internet on the phone, on tablet, you can watch it for hours and hours and hours and hours, and you don't have a break. It feels like you're just plastered if you're not careful enough. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to wrap things up a little early because there's like, it's a dry spell here, and I want to eat my off-camera lunch that is there. And so what did I do today? I made an announcement for this being the last day of a solid week live stream, because there's like no activity here. And it sounds kind of stupid and moot because there's no one on here long enough to hear the announcement, but I might as well say it anyway. And if you want a reference, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not going to do the weekday 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday live stream anymore. I'm going to shift over to a Friday, Saturday time slots, or Saturday, Sunday time slot, because that has a lot more activity between 11 p.m. to around 1 a.m. But that's not the definite time. I usually go like around midnight. And so, but I went early one time and it's still kind of active. So I will do the weekend time slot starting this weekend officially. So yeah, but I'm not, it's going to be a little bit more lax, because I'm not sure, due to having family stuff to take care of over the weekend, or I'm just tired. So I will start weekend time slots this weekend. Okay. And then the rest of the time, I was kind of talking about art things and my deal with painting fan art over original art, and why some people might make a big stink about, like, you're not original enough, you don't post your original. Like, shut up. I do it for fun and practice, and I love it so much. It's just so much fun for me to do, and a lot of the art is just a form of appreciation and admiration for those artists who've done so much great work over the years, and I just want to show it, even if it's kind of a copy, but I have fun, and that's all that matters. And I don't sell it and claim it as my own. That's the important part. This is purely a hobby, purely for fun, and I love it so much. It's the only way for me to handle this kind of level of art. If I started in getting money and people involved, it's going to be a lot less fun. The other thing is, I was some random talks about what's been going on recently. I've been hot and tired, and it's kind of been making me sort of not want to do anything. So I kind of get what one of my friends was talking about when they talk about how they have no energy when it comes to hot weather. I low-key understand, not to their extent, but I kind of get it. And then I was also just wondering how it was like with internet back then when I was young versus how it is now. I didn't really encroach into the dating thing, because but like how it was now versus how it is back then. I just mentioned like the websites that they use for dating that I've heard of. I never used it because I'm stingy, and I was like a teenager, and I had things to do. So, but I remembered some that I think either a friend joined, which was like Plenty of Fish, and then OkCupid, but I think you had to have like a paid account or some other. I didn't know. And then I remember they had personals online, but I didn't know how. I think you have to register an account or some other. It was kind of weird. And it was my brother making fun. He was being a handball and a half. And then compared to now with like the swiping on dating apps, it's like a whole different streamlined, really direct, really blunt version, hyper speed, crazy version of what it was back in the day. And they're saying, people online are saying, this is destroying the dating pool. It's destroying dating and social life overall. Why do we have this? Why do we keep using it? And it's messed up the dating culture. And I kind of agree, but I don't know by how much, because I never used those apps, and I'm so grateful I did not. But at the same time, though, I just feel bad for those people who want to genuinely look for love, and they keep encountering bump after bump after bump. And then I worry eventually when my son comes of age, even if he's little, you have to worry about the future. Like, what's it going to be like for him with these parents raising their daughters a certain way that it's like kind of questionable. I'm not saying you do it, but it's going to be like that when he starts dating. And I worry, like, what's that going to be like? And I'm like, let's not think too hard. Let's just get him, let's focus on the school and social life and just having a good time as a kid. So, yeah. I just was a lot more appreciative of the internet, even though people are like, I hate internet. Why can't we go back to the 80s and 90s where everything was clean and pure and innocent? And unless you have a time machine, it ain't going to happen. Or you get rid of all of your internet, all of your technology, go back to the 80s and 90s equipment of then okay, you got your little time capsule, but that's not how life works ultimately. I just don't go use the internet as much as most people do, thankfully. Even if I have it online, it's more like background noise. Even if I see a few news here and there, I know when to stop and take a break. Like, I need to stop. And it's also to the point where it's not like strapped to me. I mean, like, my phone's nearby me, but at the same time, I have to know when to stop. I think that's one of the key things, is to know when to stop, to take a damn break and just do your own thing. But I think because the whole idea of but like online addiction, yeah, you got to figure something out. Everyone's different. Now, for me, I just like to post my stuff online and then chat with some friends, I guess, live stream. Why is there a hair? And from my head. Anyway, I just try to keep it not too invested, I guess. I think that helps a lot. And also to use it for bills and important, boring, grown-up things. And I think that seems to help more. And I think I'm going to shut up before someone shows up now. So that'll be it. This is the last live stream for the week and ever, unless something happens and I have to go on the week for whatever reason. But for now, this is the last solid week live stream of Delion. And I'll see you next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Who knows? I do, probably. So take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, rest of your week. And I'll see you whenever I feel like it. Take care now. Bye-bye.